Hello everybody, it is Melanie. It is Vlogmas day 22. I have to apologize. I did not post a video in the past 2 days. I was just not feeling very well. I was also doing other things. So on Saturday, I went to my nephew's birthday party, who turned 16. It was just like a little family gathering with my sisters and our kids. And it was really nice. We had some cake and some soup, and of course there were presents. And we also played Droomtelefoon, which is Dream Phone, which was literally our favorite game when we were teenagers. We played that so much. If it was like me and my sisters and my stepsisters would come over, there were like 5 girls at the table playing that game. That's just like 90% of my childhood memories. So yeah, I really, really love that. It was a really good time. I'm actually on the lookout for that game. I know there's like a more modern version with like a flip phone or a screen phone or something, but I don't want that. I want the old version, the pink phone that is like massive that you have to hold to your face. That's the one I want. So I'm on the lookout for that. So that was a great Saturday. And then on Sunday, my boyfriend took me to a museum in Haarlem. It was an okay exhibition in the Verwij Museum. It was okay. It was interesting. There was some artists who share, like local artists who share a workspace together, and they kind of influence each other. And they had this whole exhibition about sort of everyday life in France. So one of them had like lots of little sketchy drawings, which I thought was that I really enjoyed that part. I really like things when it's like sort of like cozy and pink and little doodles and things like that. So I enjoyed that part. The other person had made little, they were like little wooden boxes with like little scenes made out of clay and things like that. And it was a very dark room. And then every little box had a little flashlight and you could sort of flash in and check the little boxes. I thought that was okay. And then there was a separate from that, there was another exhibition that was really actually the sort of main thing. And that was a person who had made giant sort of sketches with pastels, crayons, if you will. I don't know. It was fun because they were very big and they weren't framed. It was just like somebody had drawn on the back of wallpaper. But it wasn't like very artsy or very clever or very, very, very beautiful or anything. So I don't know. I thought it was okay-ish. So we have a museum card, so we can just like pop into museums whenever we feel like it. And usually there's no extra, there's no surcharge or anything. The card costs 65 euros per year. And I think usually after like a month or 2, we already make the money back from that card. We go a lot. There's like a lot of things, even just in Haarlem. Just on the weekends, there's already like 3 really good museums. One is the Tylers Museum that I went to at the beginning of Vlogmas, which is one of the oldest museums in the Netherlands. And then the other is Frans Hals, which is really good, has lots of very, very classic portrait paintings. It's a really good museum, lots of curated cool stuff. So there's already like just living here, there's like already amazing things. And then of course we live like a 20-minute train ride from Amsterdam. So there's like so much cool stuff we can see really quickly and very, very low effort. So that card for us is a really good deal. I've also been knitting. I have been knitting on this flax sweater for my son. It is almost finished. I'm on the last sleeve, the second sleeve. He's getting 2 sleeves. And it looks like this. And I've done all the decreases. I usually, with the flax, I do a little bit less decreases than in the pattern. I find the decreases are quite sudden and then very rapid, which makes that, for me at least, here it's very loose, and then suddenly at this bit it becomes very tight. And I don't really like that. I would rather have it much straighter with almost no decreasing. So I do about half of the decreases. This is for my son. So I want it to be like a regular sleeve. I don't want it to be too balloony. So I make a little bit more decreases for him, but not as many as the pattern states. And I still think this is like a good sleeve shape. So it's not too crazy. So all that's left is really just a few more rounds on this sleeve, then start the cuff, and then stitch his initial duplicate stitch that on the front. So that's not very much work left. So I'm going to be doing that soon-ish. Yesterday I did not feel like knitting on that. I was just a little bit over sweaters. So I picked up my Sophie hood again. And I've made quite some progress. So here is its little croissant shape. And if we unroll it, you can see that I have actually basically completed the hood. So the hood is now sort of held together by this little piece of I-cord, but this back piece also has to be seamed still. But other than that, I'm on the second flap, and I hope it will be finished soon. And it has to be finished soon because you know how I was telling you that it was very unseasonably warm in the Netherlands at the moment? So yesterday it was still 10 degrees outside, which is crazy. Today it's already dipped to 6 degrees. So that's quite a big difference for like the next day. Apparently on Thursday and Friday, or Friday and Saturday, it's going to be 1 degree and there's going to be cold wind, which is going to mean that the feeling temperature, or the feels as temperature, is going to be -10. That is going to be very annoying. So that's our the Christmas temperature that we're going to be looking out for is going to be very, very cold, which is fine. I'm driving to, well, both my sisters actually. I'm driving to one of my sisters, picking her up, and then we're driving further down to another of my sisters. So we're in the car, and my car has nice heating and stuff like that, so it's fine. And then we'll be inside for Christmas anyway. And then hopefully the next day it will be a little bit warmer when we drive back home. Let me just try my hood and try not to poke myself in the eye with sharp needles. Hang on, what's the front? No, this has to be the back because that's the seam part. Okay, so this is where I had to put some extra yarn in. So this is it. If I hold the seam together, this is about where I get with the hood. So I quite like this. It's a nice shape. And then this will wrap around. And I think this will be quite warm and nice and warm for the temperature that is coming. Now, of course, I have been busy. Well, I haven't really been busy, but this past month, actually, it's been 2 weeks. No, that's not true. Yeah, it's been 2 weeks, I think. I think this was 2 weeks of knitting. For Vlogmas, I was knitting up a Christmas sweater. I used the pattern, the Winter Soul sweater, and it was finished, and I blocked it. And it has since dried. So it is completely dry now. And yeah, let me put it on for you. This is the Winter Soul sweater that I knit up as a Christmas sweater. I do not have full length sleeves. I think this will be fine. This is knit up out of Drops Air, which is an alpaca yarn. And I think if I had full sleeves, I would die from heat, but this should be fine. It's very, very soft. It hasn't actually. So I did read some people on the internet who were saying that after they had blocked their Drops Air sweater, that the alpaca just sort of stretched out like 1 or 2 sizes, making their sweater much bigger. I think because I'm such a tight knitter that it's just kind of staying together. I don't feel like it has definitely relaxed from blocking. The fabric is much softer, but I don't feel it's like losing its shape or anything, or anything like that. No, so I'm really, really happy with this. I really like the way that it looks. Really need to seam in the end, which is going to be hell because there is like an insane amount of yarn bath here, as you can see. Crazy. Other than that, I am super happy with this. It's really, really nice. I love it. Yes. So going forward, tomorrow is December 23. I will not be posting a Vlogmas video tomorrow. I will be posting something else. It's a little bit of a surprise, and I can't say too much about it because I'm kind of working on it this afternoon. I'm hoping it's going to work out, but there will definitely be something on the 23rd. So keep an eye out for that. If you want to follow me on Instagram at BraidAndTinker, that's usually where I post and share most of the information. Okay, so tomorrow there's a surprise video for you all. Then on the 25th, it's Christmas time, New Year's Eve, and then after that, we're going to go back into video mode. I'll have a great video with all my knitting plans for 2026, and let me know what your plans are for the new year. Have a great time. See you. Bye.